What if you knew that you could never make a mistake? What if you could conquer and banish all of that fear, that self-doubt, all of those beliefs that hold you back, and you could shatter through your glass ceiling and be able to manifest and create that life that you're absolutely obsessed with, where abundance came to you with ease, where you had deep connections and you have this confidence about yourself, that you had amazing connected relationships in your life. You had this financial freedom and security to do what you wanted and when you wanted. That you could be an inspiration and be able to help others by doing what you truly love that is aligned to your purpose in this life. How would your life change? What would your new reality look like? Now, I'll be completely honest with you. Growing up, I was probably the complete opposite of who I am now. And I would like to spend a couple minutes just sharing that with you so you have a little piece of me and can understand a little bit of my journey. I grew up in Pennsylvania for the first 12 years of my life, and it was all predominantly Caucasian. And if you look at me, you know, with my name and my skin tone and everything, I'm different. I'm Indian descent, and growing up, I saw that there was a big difference, that I was different. And what I wanted more than anything else in my life was to be like everyone else. I wanted to be like Becky, like Beyonce says in Lemonade. I wanted to have blonde hair and blue eyes. I wanted to be able to make friendships easily. I wanted to get over my stuttering problem and my huge confidence issues and just be able to be who I was. But the reality was I hated who I was. From my dark skin to my hair to my big lips to my stuttering problem to the parents that I had that were Indian descent, and they moved from India, they migrated from India as adults. They wanted to raise me how they were raised, which meant very low social connections outside of school. And, you know, they wanted me to hang out with Indian people, which were few to little in my current reality. So I just remember my entire childhood as I wanted to be someone else. I wanted someone else's life. I wanted parents that were more understanding, that I could go and hang out with friends and go to the mall. But I didn't have that reality. And it tore me up inside. I kept on wondering, why is this happening to me? Why do I have to live this way? And there are times that I was really depressed. I thought about suicide. But then I realized that my reality was not going to change unless I made a change. So in high school, I went from a victim to my circumstances to becoming a victor and saying, despite everything that happened to me, despite my childhood, despite all the arguing my parents did, despite how I felt, despite the abuse that happened to me, I am going to excel and succeed, and I'm going to kick life's ass and get everything that I wanted. And so I did. I graduated, I went to college, I graduated early, I got the dream job. And then in your young 20s as a woman, of course, you know, at least for me back in the day, you start thinking about your life. So I very methodically, my first job was at Toyota headquarters. So I'm very into structures and planning and goals. I created goals for myself. And I wanted to get married by 26. I wanted to have 2 kids by the time I was 30. I wanted to own my own home at 23. And I did all of these different things in my life, and I achieved all of them. And so I remember one of the turning points in my life. I was 29. I had a great job at Toyota. My income was not even necessary because my husband at the time, he had a corporate job and a business that we invested in. So money was flowing. Money was amazing. So I remember driving home one day to our beautiful custom-built home in Southern California, and I drove into our 4-car garage, And as I opened the door and walked down the hallway that I've walked down for 2 years, I saw our big mirror on the wall. And as I walked by, I glanced at the mirror and it stopped me dead in my tracks. I didn't recognize that person looking back at me. And my world crumbled. It was like a house of cards that a big gust of wind took it and took the foundation and everything from me. And I started thinking, why am I here? What am I doing? I lost who I was completely because I was trying so hard to be someone else. In my first marriage, I wanted to be the perfect daughter-in-law, wanted to be the perfect for my in-laws, for their family. So I changed who I was. I wasn't allowed to eat meat. I wasn't allowed to dress a certain way. I wasn't allowed to do these different things. My husband that I married because I knew he was a safe choice. I knew that he was a nice person. I knew he would never do anything, and I wouldn't have the abuse that I saw my mother go through in her marriage. I started realizing that I was creating a life based on choices made out of fear instead of love. And as I looked at my daughter, who was 1 at the time, I realized that I did not want to be this example for her. I didn't want to live a half-ass life where we had all the things that mattered. We had the home and the cars and the live-in nanny and the housekeeper and all of these things, but we didn't have that foundation of love and growth and connection that I truly desired in my relationship. And so I went to therapy for a little bit. I told my husband at the time how I was feeling, and we went to group therapy, couple therapy, I should say, not group therapy. And I said that I'd give it 3 months. And 3 weeks later, I said, I can't do it, and I'm asking for a divorce. And it was one of the hardest things that I had to do, from going from a life of luxury and literally, physically, materially having it all, to all of a sudden being a single mom, living in a tiny place. I didn't ask for any financial support because I wanted to do it on my own, and because I had so much guilt for breaking up a marriage that I just wanted to have it be as peaceful as possible, and I didn't ask for anything. And as I was going through my divorce, I would hear it from, my father. He'd send me emails every day telling me that if I did this, if I went through this, I would be a horrible mother and I should give away custody to her dad because I was not a fit mother and I was selfish. And I just get emails every single day where it got to a point where I would just forward it over to a friend and she would read it and let me know if there's anything that I really needed to know. And most of the time that was no. So I just started deleting the emails because I knew that I had to step into the unknown. I had to step into my fear and ask for a divorce and be a single mom because I had more to give in this life. I wanted to be more for myself, for my daughter. And through that, it was a hard time for me. I was struggling financially. I was struggling emotionally. I was struggling mentally. I didn't have family around, so I was a true single mom. But I had never been the happiest because I knew that now I was actually free to be able to explore who I was, to be able to line into my purpose and really figure out what I truly desired and who I was meant to be in this world. And as a result, I did work. I invested in myself by seminars, programs, audios, coaching, therapy. Like, I did it all because I was on a quest to understand what was holding me back. And I realized the answer was myself. So as I did the work, as I started getting breakthroughs and transformations, I started seeing major results in my life. I manifested my soulmate as a divorced mom. We will be married for 5 years, coming up on June 26th. We had another baby, so I had my baby, my second child, later than I expected. And so now we have 2 beautiful girls. We manifested this amazing home in Los Angeles while we were in escrow in another home. And I left my dream job at Toyota headquarters after 16 years to follow through my purpose and to really be able to help other ambitious, badass women create a life and a business that they're obsessed with by getting through the blocks, by being able to understand who they are, to step into their confidence, and to be able to share themselves in a powerful way and have that worthiness of themselves and their business, so then they can create that financial abundance with ease without being a slave to their business. Because as a mompreneur, I get it. Life is crazy, and with kids, it just adds to it. And as I started my entrepreneur business, I was a slave to it. I wasn't present with my family. And so as I started continuing to invest in myself and do the work, I figured out effortless ways to be able to have it all. Where I have a thriving coaching business. I have group programs and courses coming out, so I can really diversify my income while being present, being able to pick up my kids from school and being able to cook with them and have this amazing house and create amazing experiences with my husband. So I truly have it all because I realized that I was the one getting in my way. So as I did that work, as I got super clear, I found my purpose and I started taking inspired action and trusting and believing that life happened for me. That's when I started seeing amazing breakthroughs in my life. And this is my wish for you. That when you know and believe that you cannot make a mistake and that it is all aligned and is part of the journey, and know that it's kind of like a GPS, you know, when it tells you to turn right on this road and you miss it and you go straight instead of going right, then it automatically recalibrates. That's how life is. So when you know that you can't make a mistake and you know that you can conquer your fears and you can step into it and you leverage that fear as power, you can truly be limitless and create a life and business that you're obsessed with. And it is such an amazing feeling, and it creates that inner power within you that is just transformative. You become limitless. So that is my wish for you, to be able to experience the same type of energy vibes, the same type of endorphins that come from being able to be a powerful manifestor and create a life that you are obsessed with. Because you can have it all. You deserve it. We all do. I'm Indrani Phillips, your transformational and business and lifestyle coach and manifesting maven. And if I can do it, you can do it too. I've had so many blocks in my way, and I've had so many issues around self-worth and confidence and value and being a fraud and not thinking I was good enough and a stuttering problem and hating my voice. I've had all of those things. And now I thank the universe for the journey that I was on, because now I have compassion and empathy, and I know what it took to get through all of that and be able to claim this amazing life that I have now. And I can help my clients and guide them through this transformation because I've done it myself. So know, believe, and trust that everything is happening for you, especially the crappy stuff that you can't understand, especially the times where life doesn't go your way. It's because there's an even bigger calling for you. So if you're inspired to take that next step, and if you're ready to invest in yourselves, and you're not willing to take a so-so life, and you're not able to live in that anymore, and you want something more because you know that you're meant for a bigger reason, a bigger cause, and you know that that person, that business, your clients are waiting for you, and you want to step into that, I would love to support you. You can set up a clarity call with me, and we can get clear on where you are, where you want to be, and I can help you build a plan on how to get there. It is a complimentary call, and I would love to be able to support you, because we are all powerful manifestors at all times, with the good and the bad. So If you want to step in and up level your life, I would love to support you and guide you through that and be able to see if we would be a good fit in working together. You deserve everything that you desire, and you are worthy of all the abundance you can imagine. Thank you so much, and as always, I'm sending you love, light, and oodles of positive vibes. That's from me to you. And here's to creating your effortless life that you're obsessed with. You absolutely deserve it. And I would love to know, drop in a comment and say, if you knew you could never make a mistake, what would your life look like? And I will respond to all of the comments. And until next time, here's to your effortless life.